Hey guys, today has been pretty awesome. So I finished the Hunger Games book and went to go see the movie. It's pretty awesome. I mean, there are some parts that are missing, but nothing super crucial. So, Lionsgate, good job. Gary Ross, good job. You did something that a lot of the people at Warner Brothers and numerous directors of the Harry Potter series could not do, which is keep all the crucial parts in and still have a good, not overly long movie. So yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know. I was pretty impressed. There were definitely points where I jumped because I was just like, "Whoa, I forgot that was in the book," and I just read it like a day and a half ago. But anyway, my review isn't really concise. It's more just like this, my just now reaction. And I'm coming off of a bit of a anger because when I came home, I walk up into our entry area and this one, yes, this one, who's cuddling up to me and trying to be nice because he's in trouble, he got into our garbage cans, and at first I thought, oh, it was just, plastic bags and a goldfish box. I walk around to go throw it in the garbage, and the garbage can is tipped over, and there's half of last night's dinner on the floor. So yeah, I had to do some serious cleanup, and I'm just kind of like, angry face. So yeah, my opinion of the Hunger Games. I definitely want to continue to read the series, and I'm kind of one of those jerks. I like spoilers, and I'm not going to spoil it for any of you, but I read ahead, but I read on sites certain things, and I have a feeling the series is going to be more than just 3 books. I have a feeling it's either after the 3rd book it's going to spin off on one of the other characters, or it'll keep going. It'll maybe not be as epically long as Harry Potter, but I think the books will continue to be good, and so will the films. And I was really, really impressed. I'm just going to chill for the rest of the day. My parents are out on a date night, and I'm stuck here with this booger. Riley, look at me. Riley. Look at me. Yeah. You know you're in trouble, right? Nope. He knows. Oh, he knows. Okay, I hope you all have a chance to check out the movie or read the books. I highly recommend reading the book first before you see the movie, just so you have some perspective. That could just be me. I've heard from people that haven't read the books and went to see the movie and now want to read the books. The same kind of thing happened with Harry Potter. But yeah, so enjoy. I can't really give a full, contextual review just because it was so great. I think it's definitely not a film you should take very little kids to, and not a book that you should have very little kids read. I mean, mostly because they might not understand, why certain things are happening. And it's not overly... The book is more graphic than the film. The film, Lionsgate and Gary Ross did an excellent job of keeping it graphic enough for people to understand the magnitude of the situation, but also keeping it not as graphic so then people aren't, being sick in the theater. But yeah, that's, I guess I'll give a full review while I'm jabbering off here. I think the one comment I would make is I think they need to emphasize the growing romance. They needed to emphasize the growing romance between Peeta and Katniss a little bit more, because in the book they
kiss several times, and at first it's very much, you can tell, for just to get what they needed. And then the next, it's kind of like they are really appreciating each other and really, or Katniss, I guess, is really falling for Peeta. And I think you need to see that transition a little more. But they worked it out pretty well. There weren't any like really crucial scenes pulled out, like I mentioned before, and I think that was excellent. I mean, the book, granted, isn't as epically long as any of the Harry Potter books, but definitely there were probably one or two things that would have been nice to see, and that they probably did film and are deleted scenes, but we won't know that until the DVDs come out. And yeah, as for the next series, I'm really confused. The next series, the next book, I am really, really confused. What comes next? Is it Catching Fire? Or, I don't know what the other one's called. Is it I think it's Catching Fire that's next. I feel like that's it. But I could be wrong. So somebody tell me in the comments, because I don't want to, like, wind up reading the books out of order and confusing the heck out of myself. So, that's my review of the book and the movie. I loved it, and I think this is definitely... It's not up to Harry Potter standards, but it's buildings, it's leaps and bounds better than Twilight, and I unfortunately have read the Twilight series just to get some perspective, because I didn't understand why everybody was hating it at first. I'm like, well, vampires and werewolves, that sounds cool. But then I realized, oh, wow, it's a gushy romance. Blah. There's no action. It's just... I could go on for hours about how frustrating Twilight is to me. But I won't. I just want to say to the Twilight fans that watch these videos, I don't know if there are any, that I gave it a try. And I did not like it. Just like there will probably be fans that don't like the Hunger Games, fans that don't like Harry Potter, you know. And I guess they aren't technically fans, but that I'm just saying that's something I've always been like on about. Like, don't knock it till you try it, or don't judge a book by its cover, you know, or by what you hear about it, you know. Just give it a try for yourself. You might find that maybe you do like it, or there's parts of it that you like and parts of it that you think are lame. There's parts of it that maybe, or you fall in love with the book series. I'm not completely in love with the Hunger Games yet. I think maybe it's because for me, the thing about the series so far, after only reading the first book and seeing the movie, it scares me to think that we, as a culture, could become so desensitized to that. And that reality TV is actually doing that to us. So it's kind of like, if we don't slow it down or start becoming more sensitive to things, we could get to that point where we're sending kids into an arena to kill each other, which in a way is taking huge steps backwards in our intelligence to Greek and Roman times, when we had gladiators, and those, if you go back in history, were 12 to 18-year-old boys. They weren't these men that you see in movies like Clash of the Titans or whatever. They're boys. Just little boys. And, you know, that's kind of sick if you think about it. But that's the way our history was, and there is this theory that history repeats itself, so it's kind of like we don't want to repeat that part of our history. We don't want to become desensitized to kids killing each other. Although we kind of are. Just in this world, in this time period, kids are killing each other because of bullying and because of class issues and race issues and things like that. And it's kind of like, are we ever going to get to a point where none of that matters and we just kill each other because our government tells us to? You know? But I don't want to get into all of that. That was just my opinion and what I was thinking about as I was watching the movie and reading the book. That that our entertainment industry is kind of on our way there, to a degree. I'd like to think that our population, or that humans in general, would not let us get to that point, but Suzanne Collins, she clearly had the same thought process and thought, I need to write about this and make, young adults, our future, realize this is where we're headed. Do something to change it. So yeah, I'm going to pick up the next couple of books probably while I'm in Seattle. I'm going back there again. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do while I'm there. I know we're like packing up our house up there, and that I'll be going back to school very soon. So, but you guys will be along to ride. You'll find out as we go along. Okay, that I've said my piece. Good night, everybody.